Yo, what's going on, everybody? Just straight out of Boston here. Today I'm back for episode number 13, I believe, of my 1998 Devil Rays, Tampa Bay Devil Rays, Out of the Park Baseball Series. Here on OOTP14, and today we're back. We're going to kick things off here in the 2002 playoffs. We have captured the division 95-67. I know you guys are probably thinking, what? We only won the division by one game. You didn't make a September episode. Well, we had actually clinched the division like a week before the end of the regular season, and it really wasn't that close. And then, as you can see, we lost our last 6 games, and New York won their last 6. So we had a 4-game series against them late in the year. You can see we won the first game. Our magic number was 1 entering this game, and then we won it in extra innings, and then that sewed up the division, and then we proceeded to lose the rest of the games on our schedule, including 3 to New York, and then New York also swept their final series. So that's why it ended up being close, but it really wasn't that close. We just sort of didn't stop caring at the end of things. But we actually don't have the best record in the AL for once this year, and the Mariners missed the playoffs unbelievably. They ended up being victimized by New York's hot stretch at the final week there. As you can see, Seattle lost 3 games. They were a game back with a week to play, and then they ended up finishing 4 games back of New York for that wild card. So Seattle doesn't make the playoffs. Oakland wins the division there. And other than that, we had the second best record in baseball. No team with more than 93 wins in the NL. So interesting stuff there. But all right, let's I'll show you guys some of the final stats. So Tony Saunders, kind of a down year for him, 4.57 ERA, but Tim Hudson, pretty good year out of him, 3.27. I'm sure he'll get some Cy Young consideration. And then Zito, 3.9. Wilson ended up bouncing back after that rough first half, ended up with a 4.14 ERA, and then Domingo had a 4.15. So I think I'm going to go with Domingo in the playoff rotation just because he's got the higher ceiling, I would think. Oh, he had a 4.45. Actually, I'm not sure then. Let's see. What were their FIPS? Domingo was 4.67. Wilson was 4.55. So I think I'm going to go Domingo then. Just like I said, I think he has the higher ceiling. Hopefully he can have a coming out party of sorts. And then as for the lineups, let's see. We had Veritek have a pretty good year. He sort of slowed down in the second half, but had a really good first half. Carried the team there for a while. David Segui, I've been told that is the correct pronunciation of his last name is David Segui. So David Segui, pretty solid year to him, 8.61 OPS, likely his final year as a Tampa Bay Devil Ray. He's going to price himself out of us, unfortunately. And then here we go, Michael Hart, solid year to him, 2.3 wins above replacement. Probably would actually like to see a little bit more out of him in that sense. But Hinsky finished the year, 0.8 WAR. He got some playing time there at the end. We had a lot of injuries at the end of the year. I'll show those off in a sec. Rolling a bit of a bounce back year, not quite as horrible as last year, but still really not what I want out of him. I would love it if he could go back to the player he was when we traded for him. Garcia Parra had a good second half for us after picking him up at the deadline. Not quite as good as his first half, but finished the year with 7 wins above replacement. He'll get some MVP consideration. Kaderko finished the year strong, 3.84 OBP. That is what I like to see. Ken Griffey Jr. got hurt at the end of the year, but he's going to be back in 5 days. He picked it up a little bit in the second half, but overall, I mean, someone was complaining, or not, I shouldn't say complaining because that makes me sound condescending, but someone was saying, I can't believe you cheesed the game and got Ken Griffey Jr. for David Eckstein. And I mean, I think people were expecting Ken Griffey Jr. to play more like the Ken Griffey, you see in the highlights and the highlight reels and all that stuff, and the one we remember from real life, but he really isn't that good anymore in this game. I mean, he can't play defense, and his offensive production wasn't even that great this year. So, I mean, if anything, I definitely lost that trade considering I'm paying him $9.6 million, and I knew that was going to be a dumb trade at the time. I just sort of thought it's probably the one opportunity I was ever going to get to have Ken Griffey Jr. on my team when I play OOTP. So I took advantage of that, or I just sort of, that was my logic behind doing it. But he really, I mean, I lost that trade. Eckstein for $500,000 is a way better value than Ken Griffey for $9.6 million. So anyone who thinks I cheesed the game in that doesn't know what they're talking about. But anyway, Randy Wynn had a good year, 4.3 wins above replacement at Sepulveda. Not too bad in his own rights. All right, so let's skip a day here, and we will have to set our playoff roster in just a moment. And I don't even know, I think we're taking on, I don't remember who we're taking on, but Nomar wins the batting titles. There we go. And then we got to set our postseason playoff roster. So let's see. We're going to get Griffey on there. I know he's going to be out for a couple more days. And Ibanez is out for the year. He suffered, a torn thumb ligament. So he's done for the year, out for the next 6 weeks. That will, that'll keep him out of the playoffs. So, all right. Now let's see. We've got Edison Jenkins. We don't need on the playoff roster. Actually, no. This is the pinch runner guy I want, right? Yes, it is. Okay. So, Davy Cruz. All right, we definitely have too many relievers then. Yeah, we don't need... We got to keep Shaw on there. I guess we don't need... Well, this is going to be a tough cut. Maybe we don't need Wilson on there, honestly. I think we'll remove Daniel Wilson from the playoff rotation, especially in the division series. We won't need him if someone got hurt. And all right, Rob Nen, pretty good second half as a closer. 2.84 ERA and 25 and a third in the AL, and then of course carried over from his. Look at that, he had a high BABIP too, so his FIP was even pretty good. So hopefully he will dominate in the postseason. And all right, so then we can add one more guy. Well, yeah, we'll add Griffey. Playoff roster, and then we're gonna play. So I have Hinske DH right now, but we are gonna play Griffey there instead of Hinske. Even though Hinske's probably had the better year, I'm just gonna go with the experience. Although actually Griffey probably is gonna miss the first couple of games, so we'll see about that. He might miss the first game or two. I'm not sure. It depends when our series starts. But all right, let's skip ahead here. And I'm honestly considering, like I mentioned it before, I'm really going to consider letting Hinske take over at third base next year. But all right, so Cleveland, we are taking on. Of course, we played them in the playoffs. Oh, I don't remember. Was it last year that we lost to them in the division series? I think it might have been last year. Oh no, we lost to the Mariners last year. It must have been the year before then. We did lose, or maybe we beat Cleveland last year. I don't know. We've got a bit of a history with Cleveland, though. Of course, they have Pedro Martinez, probably the peak pitcher of his generation. I'm not going to say he was the best pitcher of his generation, but he certainly had the highest peak. And he's living through that right now. You can see not quite as good as last year, but still another phenomenal year. A couple more innings, less strikeouts and less WAR, but still more wins, I guess, if you care about that kind of thing. So anytime we got Pedro Martinez in a short series like this, plus they have Bartolo Colon, so he was the 20-game winner in his own right. 3.6 ERA, so this is going to be a tough team to face. Very good starting pitching. Their offense, though, not quite as good. You can see 10th in runs scored. Let's see, what were we? We were 4th in runs scored and 3rd in runs against. What was our Pythagorean win-loss? Just out of curiosity, 93 and 69, so not quite as good as our actual win-loss. Cleveland's was 86 and 76, so their run differential was not that good. That was definitely a part of their offense, but that could just mean they have a good pitching staff and bullpen, and they can win a lot of one-run games, so I don't know. It can go either way. They've made the playoffs the last 7 years now, I think. Yep. So they have got some pedigree. So it's going to be a tough matchup. But here we go. Game number 1. I'm going to start Tim Hudson in game 1 over Tony Saunders because he's definitely had the better year. But I will keep Saunders in game 2, Zito in game 3. But all right, here we go. So game number 1 against Cleveland. Let me just double check that Griffey's still unavailable. Yep, he's going to be out for the next 2 days, so he'll miss the first 2 games of the series. Eric Hinske will get those starts. I got him batting 4th. He was so good there at the end of the year. And then I've got Juan Marquis. I guess I've got him in there at center field. Oh, no, what am I doing? Why is Konerko not playing? I guess Konerko wasn't playing because he got hurt at the end of the year and hadn't quite come back yet. So no. What are we doing here? We want Randy Wynn. Yeah, Konerko in left. There we go. And then we will play against, we'll play Marquis against lefties. I did have Marquis in there every day, though, at the end of the season after Konerko got hurt. And he still played pretty well. I mean, look at his overall numbers. They weren't that bad. What were his splits? Let's see. Yeah, he was much better against, well, actually, he was better against left-handed pitching, but he just didn't quite hit for as much power from the right side of the plate. And ended up having more ABs on that side anyway, so I don't know. He's turned into quite a player. He's been a really good find. It's kind of cool that can happen. I mean, I claimed him off of waivers, and you do see guys like this get claimed off waivers and then go on tears like this. So it is cool that can happen in this game. But all right, without further ado, here we go. Game number 1. Holy crap! Look at their lineup. They have a lot of low overall position players, although they do still have Richie Sexton, who hit 41 homers this year, Luis Gonzalez, so a bit of a good 3-4-5 right there, Nilsson, Sexton, and Gonzalez, but the rest of our lineup is not that good. So alright, we'll see. Hopefully Tim Hudson can shut him down. Let's do it. Game number 1 from the Trop. And we are underway. Cleveland jumps up on top, 1-0 here in the second. Oh, a 4 spot in the 4th for Tampa Bay, though. How did we get that done? Let's see. Grand slam from Cipriano Sepulveda. So the right field this year, I did not decide to upgrade at right field at the deadline. That has paid off so far, although they get 2 back in the 5th. Oh, Sadler's in there, so Hudson got hurt. That is not good. We're going to need Tim Hudson if we want to go deep in the playoffs this year. That is not good. So what inning are we in right now? The 7th? So we can go to... Let's go to Jeff Shaw. See, I know he had a bad year this year, but let's see what he can do in the postseason. Can he step it up against his former team? Yes, he can. All right, a shutdown inning from him. And then we're going to go to Mariano for the 8th. Insurance run there. Mariano gives it back, though, so it's a 5-4 game. Now we're going to get Rob Nen up. He will have the 9th. Can he get the save? Let's see. It's Rob Nen on for the final 3 outs. Oh, no. Who was that? Solo homer? Yep, from Morgan Burkett, the number 9 hitter. Are you kidding me? Oh, my goodness. All right, come on, Rob Nen. But he gets through the rest of the inning. At least he is 9 pitches, so we can give him another inning at least. But here we go. Rafael Soriano on, a young Rafael Soriano on for the Indians here. I cannot talk right now. I don't know why, but here we go now. Soriano, 2.41 ERA this year, 43 saves and 47 opportunities, but he's gonna have to deal with Scott Rowland to lead things off. Rowland swings, ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. All right. So he's got 65 speed. We could go with the pinch runner here. What does their catcher arm look like? 50. All right. So I say we go with the pinch runner. We'll get Edison Jenkins in there. And we are going to try and steal second base. I'm going to... Oh, no, I pinch hit with him. You've got to be kidding me. Whoops at daisies. Wow, that was really dumb. Okay, I guess we got to just let Jenkins hit. And Sexton fields it, toss to Soriano at first. All right, so at least he... I mean, I'm not a big fan of bunting, but at least he got the guy over to second. So Michael Hart now, chance to get him in. 2-1 pitch. Soriano has the sign. Delivers. Swung on. Line drive. Short left. Burkett. Oh, it's a base hit rolling into the corner. There we go. Come on, Roland. Score. All right. 2 base hit. And it's a walk-off double. There we go. Michael Hart wins it for the Devil Rays. So despite the blown save, despite the bullpen kind of crapping the bed there, or shitting the bed, as some would say. And this is the guy with the game-tying home run. Come on, Rob Nunn. That is pathetic. But all right, we win either way. That's all that matters. So there we go. We take home game number 1. 6-5 is the final score. And Hudson is down for 4 weeks. Oh, boy, that's a big loss. But at least we won. I mean, we won game 1 without him pitching well. If Tony Saunders can step it up with, like... We know Saunders has the potential to pitch really well. If he can step it up, then, you know, maybe we can survive that loss. I mean, how has he done in the postseason in the past? Postseason. Look at basic. Oh God, career 7, 8, 9. Oh, gee, I feel like I haven't even played up that narrative enough. But oh well, here we go. Game number 2. Let's see if Saunders can step it up. He's got the opportunity. He was demoted to the number 2 at the start of this playoffs. Let's see if he can reclaim that ace status with Hudson down. Pitching well so far. We got a 2-0 lead through 4. Ooh, a 4 spot in the 5th. 6-0 now. Saunders can settle in a little bit. Just throw some strikes. He's at 69 pitches through 6. Nice pitch count right there. Oh, yeah, he is dialed in right now. 93 pitches. We'll get someone up just in case, but I think he's going to be able to go the distance here. We'll get Nen up. Because we got the off day tomorrow anyway, so... But here we go. There it is. A 2-hit shutout from Tony Saunders, and he struck out the side in the 9th. Oh, my gosh. Look at that swinging. Let's see. Strikes out swinging. Strikes out looking. Oh, I guess he didn't strike out the side, but he struck out 2 of the last 2. He got strikeouts for 2 of the last 3 outs, I should say. But a really impressive performance there. Complete game shutout. 9 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 hits. And he stepped it up. There we go. We have a 2-0 series lead. Now we have a chance to clinch it in Cleveland. Game number 3. Can we get it done? It's going to be Barry Zito against Sloan Hart. No relation to Michael Hart, I suppose, but I don't know. You never know. They're pretty similar ages. But, all right, so we've got, let's see, Hinsky. Yeah, he's been struggling, so we're going to go with Ken Griffey Jr. this game. At DH, he's back and healthy. Other than that, no lineup changes. I usually don't make lineup changes till we lose a game out of superstition, so. All right, here we go. Sloan Hart on the mound for Cleveland. He gives up a run in the first, so we have a 1-0 lead. Zito on the mound for Tampa gets through it. Here we go. We are underway. Game number 3. Cleveland ties it back up in the 2nd. We are still knotted up at 1 through 4. Zito pitching all right so far. Oh, there we go. 4 spot in the 6th. So we've had 4 spots in each of in at least 1 inning in each of our first 3 games here. So good stuff there. We're getting some cluster luck. We're getting some good bursts of offense, which is you always need to win a playoff series or really win any game. So always good to see there. All right, 5-2. Paul Quantrill's on, the guy we almost signed on multiple occasions. Zito is at 70 or 97 pitches here. He's got a high stamina rating though, so we'll leave him in for now. Let's get someone up just in case we'll get Shaw up. And then go until runners in scoring position. All right, he gets through the inning there. Now, since Shaw pitched a solid 7th in the last game, we'll let him go the 8th here against his former team. He's got a 5-run lead to work with. Does give 1 back. That's all right. And then we can get Rob and Nen out there for the 9th and get this series done. Looks like, oh yeah, 6-run lead. I don't think Nen's going to blow this one. Let's see. Okay, gave up a 2-run homer, apparently, to Luis Gonzalez, but he's got 2 outs, I think. Yeah, so he should be able. Let's see. Jose Carrion is up. Big slow bouncer toward 3rd. Roland's got it. Throw to 1st in time, and the Devil Rays win it. There we go. 9-5 is your final score, and the Devil Rays sweep the Indians. We are moving on to the ALCS for the second straight year, so pretty quick series right there. That did not take too much effort. This video is going to be short as hell, but all well. We sweep the Indians. Let's see. We'll see who we're going to play in the next series, and it is going to be the winner of New York, Oakland. So a couple teams that faced off in the playoffs in 2001 in real life. They've got a 2002 matchup here. New York up 2-1. Can they close the deal? Let's see it. Nope. Oakland wins Game 4, so a decisive Game 5 coming up. It's going to be Philadelphia and St. Louis in the NLCS. But here we go. Game number 5. Should we live sim it? Why not? How do we do that again? Start real-time simulation. All right. Let's see it. We can speed this up. Oh, yeah. Let's go factor times 60. Oh, let's go factor times 300. We're trying to burst through this right now. All right. New York's got a 1-0 lead. So far, it looks like it's Brad Penny versus Randy Wolf, I want to say. Or Tony J. Armas against Randy Wolf. Interesting pitching matchup. But all right, a 3 spot for Oakland. They're up 3-1. I'd much rather face Oakland. I really don't like the Yankees for obvious reasons, and it'd be cool to see the A's in the championship series, in my opinion. But, oh, there we go. Oakland gets one in the 6th. They've got a 4-3 lead. Can their bullpen close the deal? Oh, my God, New York's got Jim Tomei. I feel like New York's definitely the more talented roster, considering their payroll. But all right, do they? Yes, they do. They win it. Oakland gets the job done. They win Game 5, and they are moving on. They do something they could not do in real life. Beat the Yankees in the playoffs. So, all right, we're taking on Oakland in the championship series. That is going to do it for this episode, though. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.